Welcome, everybody, to the absolutely completely random podcast for Saturday, November 11th, 2017. Wow, that week just pissed right by, didn't it? Yeah, night shift's really not fun, and man, this week just pissed right by. But anyway, thank you for tuning into the podcast this week. Let's see what I've got to talk about. Oh, Wheel of Topics! Here we go. This week, I'll be discussing Disney considered buying Fox Entertainment assets. Ooh, that's going to be fun. A topic that just barely missed getting on, and I mean it barely missed, getting on my podcast last week. Okay, it missed it, but literally by a little bit of time. Crunchyroll got hacked last weekend. I'm going to be discussing that. Umura-chan manga is planning a return. Yes, it's coming back. The producer and director shed some light on the future of Dragon Ball Super. I hope it's going to keep going because it's really getting good. For those of you that like Pokemon Go, good news! Niantic's coming out with something even better. You know, for all of you Harry Potter fans out there. Yes, that's right. I'll be discussing that. And an update for Digimon Heroes. Because it's still closing at the end of the year. Now they've officially confirmed the 31st. But I will discuss that and maybe more. Who knows? I might have some random topic that might pop up. Who knows? But anyway, as always, you know the drill by now. A-Roads 2012. A-Roads hyphen. I keep forgetting that damn hyphen. A-Roads hyphen 2012 on eBay. For all your oddity collectible needs, I do have some new stuff that I'm going to be putting up later this week in between me working my night shift. I hate night shift. But anyway, I'll be putting up some stuff intermittently between there, so look forward to that. You can also follow me on Twitter at OtakuRoads as well, so feel free to follow me on there. I could always use more followers. I could always use more people to talk to. I'm lonely sometimes. But anyway, how did my week go? Let's go with how was my week? How was your week, Andrew? It sucked. Plain and simple. Overnight blows. If you ever worked, if anybody out there that listens to my podcast, if you ever work an overnight shift or a third shift, you know what I'm talking about. Where you go to work and it's dark out and you come home and it's dark out. That's what my week's been. One long continuous blur. And it's not exactly a blur that you can forget really easily. It's a blur that you just don't forget. It constantly haunts you and will always haunt you, but yeah, that's what it does. So anyway, I was doing that most of the week. Last Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday I had to work in the same schedule this week, so yeah. Other than that, mostly just playing some tablet games, checking out some stuff on YouTube. I've been trying my damnedest to catch up with RWBY. Not for a lack of trying, mind you, but I have been trying my damnedest to catch up on that. I have now finished Season 2. I finally finished watching Season 2, so I'm kind of happy with that. I want to give a shout out, though right now, if I may, to Pat the NES Punk with their NES Marathon coming up. I think it's actually going on now, if I'm not mistaken. If not, it's coming up this week. I think it might be going on today. Pat and his buddies in the video gaming community do this marathon every single year. What they do is they play a whole bunch of NES games. And sorry if my voice started sounding really different all of a sudden. I was reaching for my charger. What they do is they play a whole bunch of NES games for charity. The more money that they raise for their charity, the better off the charity gets. Check it out. Tweet the Pat Country at Pat the NES Punk on Twitter if you have any questions or if you want to find out the dates. Check out his Twitter page. He has it all up on there. But yeah, good luck on it though, Pat. Power through it. I think you guys should try a really weird, maybe you guys should try some of the sports games like the track and field, or the really expensive one that everybody keeps hoarding for like $10,000 and it's not worth that much. And try that to really like get your adrenaline up when you guys are getting tired. See how you guys do. So, yeah, but it's mostly Pat and his video gaming buddies. I think Gerard, the completionist, who I have mixed feelings about, will be there. Ian should be there if memory serves, unless he gets really sick. And a whole cavalcade of other people, possibly the AVGN nerd. So yeah, good luck to you, Pat. I think this is the 8th or 9th NES Marathon you guys are doing. I want to go with 9th because I was watching some of the clips from the 8th, so I want to go with 9th. But good luck to yous. I hope you guys raise a lot of money. I really do. And on that note, let's jump headfirst into the podcast, folks, because we got a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it. Okay, so in a move that should surprise nobody, I've constantly said that Disney's going to try to take over the world, and eventually we're all going to be brushing our teeth with Mickey Mouse toothpaste, and, you know, Disney's trying to get themselves one step closer to that dream. Disney considered buying Fox Entertainment, their assets to compete with tech giants. Now, Fox is owned by media mogul Rupert Murdoch. If you don't know who he is, well, congratulations. Just go with that. But anyway, they've been in talks to sell parts of their media company, 21st Century Fox, to Disney. And a lot of things that people are really geeking out about is that The Simpsons called this. Now, The Simpsons have apparently been able to call a lot of stuff lately that they've had on their show years later have turned out to come true. I'm not going to name anything particular, but we got Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. That came true. Granted, it wasn't the exact title that they had, but still, we had a third Alvin and the Chipmunks movie. A whole host of other things. But if the Simpsons track record holds true, then that means that Halley's Comet will eventually collide with the moon. Because remember, Homer said that in one of the episodes that was more exciting than when Halley's Comet collided with the moon. So if the Simpsons are on track with everything else, let me look up quick when the next time Halley's Comet is scheduled to come around here. Come on, mouse, where are you? Okay. So while I go on about that, and while it loads up Google, which shouldn't take too long now. Okay, here we go. Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet. Here we go. Okay, Halley's Comet. When are you scheduled to come around again? Okay. Predicted next time Halley's Comet will be around will be July 28th, 2061. Oh, okay. So in other words, I probably won't be here. All right. So I don't have to worry about that then. Cool. Hey, look at that. You'll just learn something new. It was discovered in 1758. Orbital period is about 76 years, give or take. It's 75.316, so estimated roughly about 75, 76 years, give or take. So the next time it's discovered to come around would be July 28th of 2061. So, okay. So we don't really have anything to worry about. But anyway, so the whole thing with Disney wanting to buy Fox, this is a good and a bad thing, because it's good in a way because then Marvel can finally get their hands on the last of the properties that aren't owned by them, like the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and finally do them justice. Okay, I don't mean make another Fantastic Four movie. We all know how bad that atrocity of a train wreck was that they came out with a few years ago. And that wasn't even Marvel. That was just 21st Century Fox wanting to milk the rights again. That was a train wreck, and oh, did I mention a train wreck? Then you have the X-Men movies, which, while good, sorry, I had to really choke that down there. Yeah, it's good, but it ain't that damn good. So, Walt Disney has held talks to buy significant parts of Rupert Murdoch's 21st Century Fox media company, including its movie and television production studios and a handful of TV channels, according to two people with knowledge of the discussions who are not authorized to speak publicly. Oh, of course! Because then that would basically mean that you and yourself are openly saying, yes, I know what's going on. Come at me with the hitman you're going to hire. So the talks which were first reported by CNBC, stalled. Bum, bum, bum. Really? You don't say. However, the courtship of the two longtime rivals underscores stiff challenges facing traditional media companies as they navigate an increasingly fraught landscape. In layman's terms, Fox probably wants a lot of money and Disney ain't about to piss up the cash for it. Let's be real here for a minute. If Fox loses to Disney, that's one thing. If Disney just wants to buy it because they want to have a monopoly and have everything Disney, that's another thing. I can't exactly say it's a bad thing, but come on, it'd be nice to finally have all the Marvel characters together. I mean, what's ironic is that Marvel doesn't actually own the rights to some of the characters, yet if you play Marvel Contest of Champions, you can play as the X-Men. But if memory serves, Fox still owns their ass. 21st Century Fox, if memory serves, still owns them. Unless they bought them back when they remade those last few movies. Possibility. I'd have to double check on that. But anyway, last I had heard, it's like Fox still owns them. So, I know Fox owns the Fantastic Four, and it would be nice to play as Ben Grimm in the Contest of Champions. That would be amazing to play as, by the way. So I'm looking it up quick to see if they still own, who the owners of the X-Men franchise are here. Let's see here. Does it say who owns? Okay, here we go. X-Men film series. Who owns it? Okay, distributed by 20th Century Fox. I'm sorry, 20th. Okay, so they still own it then. Which means that Disney probably's got to piss out some money to them for using the likeness and everything else. So, yeah. Because they got some upcoming movies for the next few years, like The New Mutants in 2018, Deadpool 2, oh god, it's getting a sequel, X-Men Dark Phoenix, and Gambit in 2019. So 3 movies for 2018 and 1 for 2019. Yep. So that pretty much tells you that they're not going to give that up anytime soon. And that's probably where the negotiations stalled. But anyway, Fox shares, for those of you that actually care, have been swooning. Woo! For much of the year, jumping nearly 10% Monday following CNBC report that the Murdoch-controlled company might unload much of its Los Angeles-based entertainment properties, including its storied film and television studio on Pico Boulevard and the National Geographic and FX cable channels. Oh God, no! Please! Oh, come on! FX has suffered enough! Do they really need to be bought up by Disney? Come on! Give Cartoon Network a chance! They're already pulling up crap with the Adult Swim stoner programming. The only thing they got good anymore on Adult Swim is Toonami, and that's only on once a week. No. Give FX to Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. Let them ruin the network. Don't give it to Fox. Don't give it to Disney, Fox. Come on. But Fox shares closed up $2.84 a share to $27.45. So for those of you that want to invest, you know what to do. For those of you that don't understand it, wait till you take economics in school. Or Google it, as a great man once said. So Disney has transformed itself with a series of shrewd acquisitions, including Pixar Animation Studios, Marvel Entertainment, and Lucasfilms. To that I say, no shit, no shit, no shit. Gee, let's see. Pixar Animation. Well, Disney and Pixar were in bed with each other for the longest time, making movies like Toy Story and everything else, so it's only natural that they would want to eventually partner up and be bought into each other. They've already been in bed with each other. You might as well put on the ring and get it over with here. Let's put on the ring, walk down the aisle, and get it done with. Come on! You've been in bed with each other for years making movies. Marvel Entertainment, that was a no-brainer. They wanted to have control over the Marvel comics and the Marvel characters, and they got a majority of them. And Lucasfilm. Well, let's face it, Mickey Mouse wanted to go into a galaxy far, far away. So all they had to do was probably just back up a couple dump trucks full of money on the George Lucas's front lawn. Since the chief executive Robert Iger took the company's helm in 2005, Disney shares closed up 2% or $2 to $100.64 a share. Holy shit! Maybe I should invest in Disney. Holy! Wow! No, never mind. I don't make enough money to invest in Disney. The proposed purchase would have made Disney a more formidable media conglomerate at a time when AT&T is trying to swallow Time Warner. Of course. Owner of CNN, HBO, and Warner Brothers. Uh-huh. Bulking up would also have allowed Disney to better compete with tech giants such as Google, Facebook, Amazon, and Netflix. You know, for when people aren't busy watching preteens and tweens in shows on Disney. They're Google searching the shows, and they're Facebooking to their friends, and buying the crap on Amazon, and watching the Netflix exclusive series that only come out once a year. Oh, God. Disney, why don't you just save yourself the trouble and see what it'll take for you to buy Google, Facebook, Amazon, and Netflix? Half the crap that you already pitch winds up on there anyway. They're either Google searching the show, Facebooking their friends about it, and Facebooking and sharing the stuff on Facebook and Twitter, buying the stuff on Amazon, or watching more of the shows on Netflix. Really? See, which has said it plans to spend $8 billion next year creating original content. Netflix wants to spend $8 billion, or all four of them want to spend $8 billion. If all four of them are going to spend $8 billion next year, that's $32 billion. I can think of things to do with $32 billion than making new content. So, news of this discussions comes after 3 months. 3 months after Iger announced that Disney would be launching its own original streaming service, one branded with ESPN sports content, which should launch sometime next year, and a second service with movies and television shows produced by Disney. You know, what they call the Disney Channel. The entertainment channel, which is slated for 2019, will take on Netflix. And let's face it, let's just do it, folks. Let's just do it right. In this corner, we have Disney and its unstoppable power run by a very high-pitched mouse that sounds like it's on crack. And in this corner, the conglomerate of interstellar networking that brings you such horrible shows that make you cringe, but people go there to watch movies, Netflix. All right, folks, come into the middle and let's get this on and get it over right. Oh, and Netflix just took down Disney in a matter of seconds. Well, that's done. See you all next year at the rematch. No, but in all honesty, Disney would never have a chance competing with Netflix. Let's face it. But they want to create a second digital streaming service with movies and television shows produced by Disney. Morons, that's called the Disney Channel. You already have that. Just take what you have on there, put it online, and charge a subscription fee, and you have it, morons. The same programs that you can watch on Disney Channel, you can now watch at home for a low price of $20 a month. You too can watch your favorite shows like Dog with a Blog or old classics like Even Stevens, though we probably won't dust that one off because we'd have to pay Shia LaBeouf royalties, and many, many more. So, it goes on here to say in the article, buying parts of Fox, which owns the historic 20th Century Fox Studios, would have provided Disney a deep library of programming, such as movie properties as Deadpool, Avatar, Ice Age, and Alvin and the Chipmunks. You wouldn't want those, trust me. Deadpool? Why would you want Deadpool? You have a slew of Marvel characters at your fingertips. Why do you want Deadpool? It's a moneymaker. Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America. An entire cavalcade of Marvel heroes at your disposal. The Inhumans. You own 6ABC. Black Bolt, Medusa, Karnak, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. Come on. Avatar, you want James Cameron? You want to have James Cameron in your back pocket? Really? I don't think he's Disney friendly. None of his movies are Disney friendly. Come on, Avatar is not Disney friendly. Ice Age is. Ice Age I would consider Disney friendly, and Alvin and the Chipmunks to a point. But here's the part that burns me. Alright, so they would get such programming rights and movie properties like the movie properties, but the TV shows, which would include Modern Family, Family Guy, The Simpsons, and The X-Files. The X-Files. You know, the show with Mulder and Scully, which basically was popular and hip for, I don't know, back in the 90s? Hi, Disney. 1990s called. They want their crap back. Come on. The Simpsons, Family Guy, alright, I know you're trying to attract tweens at this point. Fine. Get Family Guy, you'll get the stoners too while you're at it. No offense to you Family Guy lovers out there, but I can stand the show for so long and I reached my point years ago. Modern Family. I'm thinking not family friendly. Oh, sure, you can have it on your ABC block because it's basic cable. And I mean basic cable. You get 3, 6, and 8. That's basic cable. Continuing with the article, it says, this would give Disney a tremendous amount of great programming. Quoted Eric Schiffer, chief executive of Orange County private equity firm Partridge Organization. I know I mispronounced that, but I can't explain any other way to say that. This would allow Disney to strike at the jugular of Netflix with devastating force. By having The Simpsons and Family Guy? Come on, Disney. That's low. You're trying to get the heavy hitters to come in and help you because you can't think of anything. Oh, Disney, that's low. So, to sum it all up, I don't think this is going to happen. If it does, God help us. Disney buying out Fox. I can't see this ending well. For starters, I can't see Disney actually buying Fox. And if they do, and I do mean if they do, I don't see Fox going down without a fight. But if they do, that Disney would somehow manage to buy Fox, I see a lot of people on the unemployment line. I see a lot of people homeless. I see a lot of people in dire need of help. And then I see a lot of teens and tweens watching The Simpsons on Disney Channel during Friday night family time. I don't see that ending well. But anyway, that's that. Let's all hope for a moment that Disney does not buy Fox. Because if they do, nothing in this world will stop them. They will officially be able to take on... If Disney takes down Netflix, then we might as well just roll out the red carpet for Mickey Mouse right now and just call it a day. Because, like I said, Disney Channel mostly seems like it's... I really hate to say this, but the last time I watched Disney, it seemed like it was geared towards teenage girls. It's not geared towards guys. It's geared towards one particular group of people and not towards everybody. Their original movies have lost a lot of luster from the olden days. Their programming has lost a tremendous amount of luster since the good old days. Their movies have started going downhill. The only reason why, and I'm going to say this, why they bought Marvel, in my opinion, is so that they could have a stronghold and get asses in seats at movie theaters. Because they know nobody's going to pay to go see a Pixar movie with Disney's name attached to it. They're going to instantly think, well, in 3 years, this is going to get a damn sequel. Because that's all they ever did. I mean, you tell me right now Inside Out's not going to get a sequel, and I will call you a liar. Because, let's face it, it's going to get a sequel. Oh, it's a freaking cash cow. It's going to get a sequel. Disney has forced Pixar to make sequels to everything since they acquired them. Cars 2, Cars 3, so on and so forth. Disney has done this. Marvel movies, the Avengers Age of Ultron, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers whatever they're going to call the second part now of Infinity War, Captain America Civil War. There's probably going to be a third Captain America movie for all I know. They have yet to do a Hulk movie, though, with Mark Ruffalo. Why don't we get on that? So far, the only Hulk movies we had was the really crappy one that annoyed me, and the one with Edward Norton in it, which was good, but let's face it, if you ever have a movie with Edward Norton in it, you'd better hope and pray that it makes at least $80,000 or more day one or hour one at the box office, because you're going to have to pay his ass a huge amount of money. He does not work well with many people. And if anybody says I'm wrong, ask some of the people, look up interviews with some of the other actors that he's worked with and actresses. They will come right out and tell you he is not the easiest person in the world to work with. But if Disney buys Fox, that mouse is going to take over the world at that point. All hail Mickey Mouse then, huh? Hi, caramba. You're listening to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast, hosted by Andrew Rhodes. Because otherwise you wouldn't be hearing this and I would be wasting my time and effort. And oxygen. Yeah. You are listening to me, right? Alright, so, Digimon Heroes. Yeah, we all knew this one was coming. So, what's up with this game, right? Well, as I reported last week, the game's coming to an end at the end of the year. Yep. No doubt about it anymore. It's, the game's coming to an end. Originally, they said December 30th. Well, they decided to be a little more generous and give you to the 31st, like they said on their Facebook, Twitter, and actual FAQ page. Yeah, it kind of sucks when you can't get any of those to collaborate with one another, right? But recently, they put out every single event. Past events are now available to play. And in all honesty, I want to ask why. Why at this point should we bother having past events up when all it's going to do is just piss off people into remembering the fact that, we're not going to have this game at the end of the year. Why bother being able to complete your collection if the game server's coming down? Like I said last week, you're basically giving us Disney bucks to spend at Caesar's Palace. There ain't no conversion rate for this. And I put a comment up on Facebook to this earlier this week where I said that, at least part of it, I should say, one of the parts in there that I said is that this is already a hard enough goodbye. We feel like we're the original Digidestined, where we were saying goodbye, whereas they were saying goodbye to their friends because they thought that they were never going to see them again. We, in turn, are saying goodbye to our digital friends because we know we're never going to see them again. You are effectively killing them off and continuing to beat the dead horse. It's more painful. It was painful to say goodbye, but now you're just being cruel by having us finish up quests, collect everything, and then close the game down. And I went on at one point to say that they should have just done the humane thing and just shut the game down at the end of October and saved everybody the 2 months of heartache. Because at this point, they're literally just being cruel at this point. It's, well, we're going to make a game, but we're going to shut it down about 2 years into it. Give everybody the quests to kind of allow them to complete all of the collections that they can, but yet, why bother? I mean, honestly, why bother at this point to complete everything when there's no point when at the end of the year the game is done? Unless you're going to get rid of the PvP arena and you're going to turn that into like a little gold arena where you can go in and you can win like Digimoney to use to buy like power-up items and stuff like that, or you're going to change something up and make it a permanent, oh, you downloaded the game? Guess what? Here you go. It's yours now for good. Nobody else will be able to have it, and it's all yours to play with to your heart's content. Please don't delete it, and thank you for being a fan of Bandai Namco. I don't see that happening. And let's be honest, when I say I don't see that happening, I mean I don't see that happening. They've already announced that the game's closing. They've already announced that they're shutting down the server sometime next year, mid-January. My guess would be the same day, if not before, or maybe a day after the new Cyber Sleuth game comes out. They're going to shut down the server to Digimon Heroes, and that's going to be the end of it. And as I said in my Andrew Rants video, and as I said last week, you can't really say that it's because of money, because there are ads in that game. And the game is actually part of an ad in several other games. So you can't say it's not money related. You have people that are spending real world money to get their hands on the Digimoney, the batteries, the items in the game, some exclusive Digimon that they can only get if they're willing to, piss out a couple $100. It's a freemium game, folks. It's not exactly rocket science here as, oh, well, it's a game that we can make X amount of money on, but we have to make sure we don't spend more than this much. You know it's not going to happen like that. You know it's not going to work like that. But yet somehow along the line, they decided we're just going to cancel this now and end it, and that's it. Then you have people that are bitching and complaining because they want refunds. Okay, great. They're like, well, who do I complain to about refunds? There's an entire amount of people you can complain to about refunds. Go ahead. The question is, why bother at this point? Just like with the quest. Why bother releasing every single quest for everybody to play again when the game's closing at the end of the year? All you're doing is adding insult to injury and just pouring salt into an already painful wound. We, the fans and the players, were supporting you, and we came to appreciate the Digimon that we collected. We grew to respect them as friends and colleagues. We grew to create our perfect team, to build them the way we wanted, to raise them the way we wanted, and to show them off to our friends and battle against them in your precious PvP arena, which you should have never done in the first place. That's what it was. At the end of the year, there's no point in any of that. 2 years worth for people is officially flushed down the toilet. All the time and effort that they put into this game is worthless. And the comments on Facebook prove this. And on your Twitter page, but mostly the comments on Facebook prove this. Where they're going, I put X amount of time into this game, why should I bother playing it anymore? I deleted the app. I didn't delete the app yet personally because I want to actually know why you bothered to let everybody finish off their collections. There's got to be some type of an underlying motive to this because it doesn't make any sense to me. Why allow everybody to complete their collection if you plan to end the game at the end of the year? That makes no sense to me because it basically seems like, oh, well, we're going to end this game because insert reason here. But we're going to let you complete the collection because we're going to let you do insert reason here. And that's what's still boggling my mind is why allow the fans and the players to complete the collection? Besides the fact that you're making them feel horrible, are you going to allow them to transfer it to Digimon Links at the end of the year? Are you going to allow them to have this as part of the new game that you're coming out with? Is that coming out at the end of the year? Or are you just going to up and tell them, okay, because you've been loyal fans, you get to keep the game now. Here you go. This is an offline copy. None of your stuff made any sense last week. It makes no sense this week. And the fact that you came out with all the event quests is just rubbing salt in, like I said, an already open wound. You're doing something that is more hurtful than just literally coming up and saying, we're ending the game, we apologize for this, and just yanking the game off the Play Store and shutting down the server now. In all honesty, it would be better to just yank off the bandage now than to do it slowly and make it hurt more. But that's what's happening right now. The game itself is still up. You can still download it until the 29th of November. Then you can play it for like a month until the game shuts down on the 31st. And that's the end of Digimon Heroes. I'm still pissed off about this because, like I said, and my analogy last week has even more meaning this week. You're literally giving all the players Disney bucks to spend at Caesar's Palace. You're giving us something that's worthless at this point by allowing everybody to have the entire collection of Digimon available to them that they can get when there's no point anymore. When the game's coming to an end, why should we bother collecting the Digimon? Why should we care anymore? And that's what I want answers to, but I can't get them. And that's something else that disturbs me with this. But then again, you never know what's going to happen down the road, especially with Bandai Namco. You never know. But anyway, that's the latest update for Digimon Heroes as of right now. Like I said, I will keep you all up to date and informed as much as I can as the information becomes available. I will keep you all up to date. But still, it's just getting sadder and sadder the more it goes on. It really, really is. Alrighty, so last week, something really amazing happened. First time that I've ever seen this happen, but unfortunately, by the time I heard of it, I had already recorded the podcast. So this one gets a special jump this week because they gave an update last Sunday, so more information came out. So I get to talk about it. Yay! So visitors to Crunchyroll last week got a nasty little surprise. They got infected with malware. Dun, dun, dun! Yeah, I know. It's interesting, huh? For a while, the anime streaming service was a threat to your PC. Now, originally, as I did see some of the Twitter posts then, it was your PC, your tablet, your phone, anywhere that you were able to pull up Crunchyroll, they were saying it was infecting everybody. So, hacks target, according to the article, they said that hacks target major websites are nothing new. Crunchyroll just suffered a particularly vicious attack. Welcome to the club then, Crunchyroll. You've officially joined the Mile High Club of internet hacking. Yay! One of us. For those sites out there that have been hacked before. So basically, what happened was the anime streaming service was compromised for hours on November 4th after intruders placed a fake homepage that pushed a malicious Crunchy Viewer program to visitors. If Windows users were trusting enough to launch the file, yes, and apparently all Windows users are stupid, apparently. That means you're throwing me and many others into that list. It installed a mysterious background process that likely affected their systems. You don't say. Mobile users were safe, although Crunchyroll noted that they weren't functional simply because the web team was fixing the website. It's not certain just what happened or who was responsible. The website that I got the article from did ask Crunchyroll for details, and they would let us know if it has more to share. It's evident that the site was deliberately targeted, though the perpetrators caught the site off guard. So basically, they caught them with their pants down, their hands in the cookie jar. Or, to be more specific, they caught them with their pants down, their hands on their willy. You really want to be more specific. A customer support lead, Nate Ming, put it basically by saying, the hack was the first thing some of the team woke up to in the morning. And the timing was definitely less than ideal if you were a viewer. You may have received a rude surprise if you spend Saturdays catching up on Dragon Ball or Attack on Titan. Well, then you just didn't get to enjoy it. Okay, so here's the thing. Now that was the original article detailing what had happened. Now here's the update. Crunchyroll's parent company, Elaton, has explained what happened. Intruders managed to hijack and control the company's Cloudflare configuration, which normally redirects traffic to Crunchyroll. They steered it to a rogue server hosting the malware. Thankfully, it was an isolated attack. It targeted Cloudflare, but not the actual website. If you have a Crunchyroll account, it's safe and sound. So in other words, they basically stood outside the gates of the town and told you, no, this gate is closed. This gate's closed right now. We lost the key here. Follow us. We'll get you inside, no problem. It took you 6 miles down the road. Basically is what they're saying. It didn't actually hurt you, but your account is safe and sound. If you downloaded that executable file, though, you're not necessarily in trouble. You're fine if you didn't run the hostile program. If you did, you can manually remove the rogue files and registry entries. The team hasn't identified a perpetrator, but it's still hours after the attack. More definitive answers will likely take some time. Basically, never. So, to sum it up, Crunchyroll got hacked, which, in this day and age, you can't wake up and go onto like a news site without hearing about some site getting hacked. Twitter got hacked, Facebook got hacked, eBay got hacked, Google's got hacked, YouTube was hacked, Crunchyroll, some credit union site was hacked. There was hundreds of sites get hacked. It's nothing new anymore. This is the era that we live in. Cybercrime is upon us, folks. Come on. It's in the papers. We hear about it. We read about it online. We hear about it on the news. It's nothing new anymore at this point. It's so mainstream now that we're used to it. We just put a deaf ear to it anymore. Unless it physically affects us, we put a deaf ear to it. As for me, I don't have a Crunchyroll account. I steer clear of Crunchyroll if I can. There's like one or two anime that if I have to watch it, I can pull up the clips on YouTube. I can watch the whole episode in clip form and, skip the boring crap, which works fine for me. So, there's no definitive answers yet. It's gonna happen. If you don't feel safe with the account, just do the basic step, change your password. If you think that they're lying to you, or you feel that no, my account isn't safe anymore on Crunchyroll, the best thing you can do, just change your password. Just change your password to something else and be done with it. That's the best thing you can do, because what they'll do is they'll access your password, they'll try to access your account, but if you change your password, they can't get in. Then they have to try to figure it out, and by then, the element of surprise is done. Because that's what the hackers rely on, is the element of surprise. See, they think that if they can get on there, get as much data as they can, as quickly as they can, and that's it. It's the element of surprise. And once they lose the element of surprise, they can no longer do it anymore. That's why you just got to make sure that you password protect everything. You change your passwords often. That's all you got to do. And then you're fine. So, yeah, there you go. But it sucks though if you were looking forward to watching Dragon Ball or Attack on Titan or One Piece last weekend, because you got screwed. If you didn't understand what that meant, don't worry. I was just testing to make sure you were still awake. I know it can get boring listening to me. Alright, so I've talked about Dragon Ball Super a lot lately. Well, that's because it's really big right now. The Tournament of Power is still kicking off into high gear. Believe it or not, last week, 2 of the characters from Universe 6 used the Potara earrings and fused. So this week's episode is going to be epic. It's just an entire amalgam of stuff that just makes this series great right now. So, why would it end? Well, apparently people have been saying it's going to, and, well, they may have been right, but the producer and the director have shed light on the future of Dragon Ball Super, and despite rumors to the contrary, Dragon Ball Super seems likely to continue past March of next year. At least that's the word from Salon de Manga, a convention in Barcelona attended by super producer Hiroki Sakurada and Kimitoshi Chioka, the series' first director. During a series of interviews, the two dropped some important bits of information, including the fact that the current arc, the Universe Survival arc, will last until March of next year. Again, As for the series itself, on the other hand, the producer and director mentioned that as long as ratings and merchandise sales are healthy, there is no issue with continuing. Yeah, you don't want to kill off the cash cow if it's still giving you the milk. I mean, come on. You only take old Betsy out back behind the barn and do her old Yeller style when she stops giving milk. That's when you gotta put her down. Yep, that's when we had to put her down. Had to take her out back behind the barn over there, and, well, you know, one thing led to another, and my wife had seen this book called Old Yeller, and she said I should just take Betsy out back, and I loaded up my 3-shot shotgun, and I put one right between her eyes. I know it's a horrible way to explain it, but I don't got cable. I'm a farmer. I'm just your old country farmer. So you wouldn't want to, stop something if it's doing really well, it's popular. Let's face it. The Universe Survival arc is scratching the surface of what more could come. You have Ultra Instinct, which there could be an entire thing for that. Something's got to be stronger than that. You got Jiren. Well, what the hell is Jiren? Is Jiren a god of destruction? Did he find a level above god of destruction? Does he have a form of ultra instinct that he's using? The questions just keep on mounting. So, when asked about whether there will be another Dragon Ball movie, the two of them were coy, but they did mention they will be releasing more information about the future of the series at the end of the year. So we just got to wait till the end of the year in order to get more information about what's happening with the show. No duh. The two also mentioned that series creator Akira Toriyama, who's basically God at this point, has plenty of ideas in mind for continuing the story. But what's ironic is that I've seen multiple things that said he wanted nothing to do with this, but here's the thing. Why would you want nothing to do with this when it's something that's making the fans happy? You're getting paid for this. The fans hated GT. Show me one person out there that actually liked that abomination. I'll show you a liar. Dragon Ball Evolution was the most horrific live-action movie I have ever seen in my life. We got Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F out of basically two horrible things, and fans were like, this is great. You introduce Super Saiyan God, make Goku go Super Saiyan Blue, and you just keep finding ways to kick up the ante more and more. The Future Trunks arc was really good. The Universe Survival arc's getting really good. The tournament arc that they had between Universe 6 and 7 was really good. And by the way, spoilers for those of you out there that have not seen it subbed and are waiting for each of these episodes to come out dubbed. Sucks to be you, but seriously, just suck it up and watch it subbed. It's not going to kill you. Hell, I'll admit, I kind of like the dub more, but I'm willing to suck it up because I want to know what happens. In this day and age of the internet, you're going to find out before it comes out dubbed. You're better off just watching it subbed, knowing what happens, then look forward to hearing it in English or in whatever language you listen to it in, be it Cantonese, French, Canadian, I don't care. Like I said, take my advice, just watch it subbed. Mute the sound if you want and listen to and just read. You don't have to actually have the sound on for the subs to work. Just watch it with the captions, mute the sound, and watch the show. If the dubs bother you that much, if it being dubbed in Japanese bothers you that much, just watch it without audio and read the captions and the subtitles and be done with it. That way you know what's going to happen. You can look forward to hearing it then in your own language, and you will be like with everyone else going, I can have a conversation about the show now because I saw it. Boy, is it really great. This and that. Did you see what was going to happen? Did you see that they did? Oh, that was great, wasn't it? Just do that. Come on. That's the one thing that constantly bugs me with shows like this is you have people that go, well, I want to wait until it's dubbed. Look, I agree with you. You won't hear me deny it. I agree with you. There are times when it's better to watch something dubbed. Then there are times when it's better to watch something subbed. First thing that comes to my mind is Sword Art Online, because the English dub for that blows. So badly does the English dub for that blow. You want to watch Sword Art Online? Watch it subbed. Don't ever watch it dubbed. So, just, if the sub or the Japanese audio bugs you that much, just mute it. And read the subtitles. That's all you gotta do. So, as long as the series remains popular with the viewers, which I don't see it becoming not popular with them anytime soon. Unless they kill Goku, in which case it'll really be popular then. It seems as if Dragon Ball Super's future is safe and secure. Yep! No doubt about that at all, folks. So, I mean, it's really getting good, like I said, though. The Universe Survival arc's taking a whole new edge. Only the strong ones remain. They're really biding their time because... And keep in mind, this is only on once a week. you're eventually going to have the section and time when the holidays are going to interfere. You're going to have those couple weeks at the start of the year where it's Golden Week in Japan, so there won't be any new episodes of something up because they'll be celebrating stuff and their creators can take a break and get some rest and relaxation. So there won't be any new content up for like a couple weeks. So yeah, I could see it lasting until March. Maybe like the end of February, beginning of March. I could see that. It's not exactly unheard of. I can see it. So yeah, I mean, just I'm liking it. I don't want it to go anywhere. This is way better. I mean, this, in all honesty, in my opinion, Dragon Ball Super is what the fans, at least what I, would consider the true successor. This is exactly what some of the fans have wanted after the Boo Saga. Maybe not all fans, because I can't speak for everybody, but let's face it. This is what you wanted after the Boo Saga. To see the level of power increase to the point that we know that it's going to be good. We know that the tournament can hold its own. We know that, it's on a level above where the Boo Saga was. Even though people say that it's one of the weakest ones out there. Yes, Bennett the Sage, I'm looking at you for that one. But still, it's not a bad show. It is what I think and what I would consider the true successor to Dragon Ball Z. It honestly is. Where Dragon Ball Z lasted through the Saiyan Saga, the Frieza Saga, the Android, Cell, and Majin Buu and Kid Buu, Super is the legitimate successor. And I, for one, I think it should keep going for eternity. Akira Toriyama, I mean, let's be honest. The day Akira Toriyama dies will be the day the world stands still. I don't care who you are, the world will stand still on that day. Be it a fan or not, that will be the day the world stands still. It honestly will be. Okay, so if you've ever wandered around on Facebook or on Twitter and you've been wondering what this little green thing is that has like a person's head and this like green cape back blanket type thing that constantly looks like something out of Hamtaro but more human-like, well, good news. That's Umaru-chan. And the manga is planning a return. Well, that ending really didn't last too long, though. The manga did end, or was coming to an end. The issue of Weekly Young Jump also asked fans to stick around for a follow-up report in the 50th issue, and the issue said it turns out that Umaru-chan will be returning in a new Himoto Umari-chan G manga. Yeah. So, alright, before I go any further, you're wondering what in the hell am I talking about, right? Well, here's the synopsis. In public, Umaru Doma appears to be the perfect high school student, hardworking, refined, and totally responsible. But the minute she gets home to her older brother Taihei and dons her famous hamster hoodie, she devolves into the ultimate bratty little sister. She's happy to roll around all day in an otaku cloud of games and junk food, while her exhausted older brother takes care of everything in the house. In this hilarious comedy about family, friendship, and the nonsense we put up with from the people we love, Umaru and Taihei will find a way to make it work. It's an interesting series. I've seen clips of the anime. I have not read the manga. So it's interesting to me, at least what I've seen. It's licensed by 7 Seas here in North America, so it is worth checking out. It's kind of neat. So according to the reveal, though, Umaru-chan is set to level up and return in the 53rd issue, which hits Japan on November 30th. After that, the series will continue for a while longer. The original manga launched in 2013, so there you go. Crunchyroll, which I talked about earlier, streamed the first season of the anime adaptation as it aired. The anime strike is currently streaming follow-up Himoto Umaru-chan R. Yeah. So, that's what the little hamster hoodie girl is. The ultimate bratty little sister, Umaru Doma. I gotta admit though, it's kind of interesting. I like the one meme, or the one thing that I saw online all the time. It's, you see her trying to access the internet as she's trying to figure out what to do. She goes, "Oh, I know. I'll ask the internet," because she can't watch her shows online. So all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, I know. I'll ask the internet." And then she's trying to ask you. It's like, "Oh wait, I can't ask the internet without internet." It's kind of funny. Like I said, the show's really interesting. It sort of has a feel that's like Azumanga Daioh meets. I'm trying to. Okay, I kind of want to say it's like Azumanga Daioh meets Hamtaro, in a way that Azumanga Daioh had the friendship, the camaraderie, the thing that will always stand the test of time, and Hamtaro had the same thing but with hamsters. It's cute, it's funny. I wouldn't really call it a slice of life per se, but it's funny. It's funny as hell. It really is. Highly recommend checking it out. Even clips of it, I recommend checking out. So it's nice to know that the manga is returning. I'm looking forward. Well, I'll look forward to more clips if it's gonna get a second series or second season of an anime or something. I'll look forward to seeing clips, but it's not that bad. It's actually a pretty good show. I have to say that. It's really good. I'm really shocked at it. But it's still just so funny to watch her flip out in otaku mode. It's just really great. It's not something you would expect to see all the time. It's the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. And it'll be right back. Right after I make a run somewhere. I'll be back. Hi, I'm Andrew Rhodes from the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. And if you're in the mood for oddities, collectibles, and knickknacks and what have you, make sure you check out A Rhodes-2012 on eBay. I'm a great seller and I have a lot of weird oddities for sale. I know, one person's trash is another person's treasure. I got Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, not to mention some other trading cards will be coming up, including Magic the Gathering. I do have a lot of those yet. And a lot of other stuff. Basically, knickknacks, weird things, oddities, conversation starters, if you will. So, if you're in the mood for some of those weird things, check out A Rhodes-2012 on eBay. And don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at OtakuRhodes, too. Photon systems online. Secondary systems online. Flux capacitor fluctuating. We're back to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. See, that didn't take long. Alright, for those of you who are fans of Pokemon Go, well, guess what? I should say, guess what? Yeah. So, Niantic is coming up with a follow-up to Pokemon Go. No, it's not going to be Pokemon AR, though that would have been a really good choice. Nope. It's going to be Harry Potter. That's right. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter. You know, who did those books? Christ, it's gonna... J.K. Rowling. There we go. I had to think for a second. Yes, the books and movies of Harry Potter. The AR game will be launching in 2018, courtesy of Niantic Labs. Well, they had tremendous success with Pokemon Go, which paired their expertise in building location-based augmented reality mobile experiences with a top-flight IP with a ravenous fan base. In other words, they created a game that allows you to catch Pokemon in the real world, which you could have just used your imagination for, or used that Nintendo 3DS game that they came out with a few years ago. Yeah. Okay, sure. We'll go with Niantic on that one, I guess. Anyway, so it stands to reason that we should expect a similar fan response to Harry Potter Wizards Unite, an AR title which is set to launch in 2018, co-developed by Warner Brothers Interactive and its new sub-brand, Portkey Games. First off, Harry Potter's still relevant. I mean, I know the last movie came out, the whole thing kind of came to a nice little, full circle moment here. I did see the final movie. I'm not a fan of the books or the movie. And it's not the fact that, oh, he's not into wizards and magic. Oh, no, believe me, I'm into wizards. It's the fact that the books and the movies could put me to sleep. Let me put it to you this way. If I ever had insomnia, I was praying that there would be a channel having an encore presentation of a Harry Potter movie on when I had cable. I would turn that on and go very quickly. The movies, to me, were boring. The books were just as bad. But Niantic building a Harry Potter game similar to Pokemon Go was rumored last year when the company noted that it had acquired the rights to the app. But the rumor was subsequently debunked, oddly enough, with the original article containing the information pulled from the web. Well, the app is now official, but the details are still scarce. Yes, because what the hell are you going to have them do? Here's a wand, Harry. You're going to go around and catch other wizards, Harry. And in augmented reality, you can use your whatever it is charm. I don't know. What did they teach you? I don't care. Here you go, Harry. Here's a wand. Go out in the streets. Get run over by cars. I don't care. Honestly. That's I don't know. I guess my impersonation of a character from the book. That's my impersonation of a character from it. I don't know. So they don't really have any information out on the app, just that it's going to launch sometime next year. It sounds like there will be a significant influence from the Niantic game Ingress, which allows players to roam the real world collecting power-ups, defending locations, and exploring their environment. So in other words, I'm guessing Pokemon Go must be dead to them. So there goes Gen 3 or 4, I guess. So, I know there... No, let me rephrase that. There are some Gen 3s out now because my one friend plays this game. Her and her husband do. Duskull, Shuppet, and them came out. So there is some Gen 3 out. I'm guessing it's not going to go any further than that if they're coming out with Harry Potter. So you're going to be defending locations, exploring environments. At least that's what they're assuming anyway. Well, yeah, if this is Niantic Games, the formula is probably going to be similar to Pokemon Go. But that's what I meant. What are they going to do? Go around and collect other wands from certain locations? At that point, you might as well just keep playing Pokemon Go and just catch Pokemon for eternity. Oh, we're going to go and catch some wands, Harry. We're going to go look for some wands, Harry. Look, Harry, there's another wizard. We must defend our home. Ah! Eat-em-us, Joe-us. I don't... Like I said, I can't stand the movies or the book, so I don't know. I don't know much of anything. Okay, the mechanics of Ingress the Ingress would actually translate pretty well to the fictional Harry Potter universe. How? Tell me how. You're going around collecting power-ups, so your phone is now a wand. Congratulations! You had problems with kids running out in the streets catching invisible Pokemon, and now you want to have them go around in the streets collecting wands or something. Brilliant idea, Niantic! Are you trying to take out the next generation, or are you just trying to decrease the surplus population? Honestly, I don't know. Let's see. It seems almost ready-made for a fantasy spellcasting coat of paint to replace its science fiction special forces veneer. Also, like Pokemon Go, it could benefit from the location database built up by Ingress originally and expanded by the Pokemon title to incorporate real-world locations into in-game experience. Oh yes! So now you're going to have more people going around cemeteries to collect power-ups from graves. There you go, Niantic! You've officially created your new AR product. We're going to go a grave hunting. God's sake. This is what disturbs me. And I know I kind of react a lot to these topics on my podcast, but let's face it, folks. A lot of this stuff really, it does no justice reading it. And in this case, Niantic seems like they want to put their hands in too many pies. They have a hit game. There are 6 generations worth of Pokemon. Work on getting all of them out before you start thinking, what else can we make? Well, Pokemon Go is getting boring. People are dropping off. The game is geared towards kids. They go back to school. You launched the game in the middle of summer, and the game started teetering off at the start of September. No shit, Sherlocks, because kids had school. They had to go back to class, and that was the end of that. They're not going to go wandering around the streets of their local town when they have to be in a government-mandated building for 6 hours. Come on. But on top of that, to have the audacity, in this case, to create a fan-based game based on Harry Potter, which I'm still trying to figure out, is Harry Potter still popular? Is this still a thing? I thought Harry Potter died off a couple years ago. Is it still a thing? Did I miss something? Have I been living under a rock and Harry Potter's still popular? Apparently. But I just get it. This really bugs me that they're doing this. I mean, okay, you made a crap ton of cash on Pokemon. Sure, the novelty's wearing off. Here's a brilliant idea. How about instead of saying you're going to do certain things, you actually do them? Like come out with Gen 3, and then while you're at it, come out with Gen 4. Or, better yet, why not actually, and I'm just going to make this an idea here, figure out a way to have all the Pokemon available around the world. Not region lock half of them. People still can't get their hands on Mr. Mimes unless they get a Mime Jr. from the egg and evolve its ass. And that's what really is idiotic at this point. And the games just keep pulling the same shit over and over and over and over again. I remember when my mom and I were up at our friend's place for her party, her husband was going and telling their one friend, because he had an Electabuzz, he wanted to know whether or not he should keep, leveling it up or not, whether he should gain up some of the candies for it or not. And he goes, it does evolve into, an Electivire. He goes, but you're asking a question that's like 6, 7, it's like a year or two down the road at best, maybe 6 or 7 if they're going to come out with it or not. And you're wondering whether or not you should keep, leveling up your character now. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I'm trying to pick up what they're saying, and at the same time, I'm trying to stay awake. Because I had to work that morning, I'm trying to stay awake. And it's like, yeah, I have no dog in this fight. So, in all honesty, Niantic, I think you're trying to bite off way more than you can chew with this, because then your Harry Potter game is going to get more popular. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to come out with a Digimon game? If you come out with a Digimon game, that's really going to be sad. But you're going to have people that are going to do this and this. And what disturbs me the most about this, and I don't think I'm alone in this, but I might be, is that you're going to have so many people that are liable to not think what they're doing because they're going to be caught up in this game again. We're going to have a whole slew of incidents like we did when Pokemon Go first came out. And that's what disturbs me. But on top of that, what are you going to have them defend? If you're going to use the ingress system, or the ingress system in this, what exactly are you going to have them do? Are you going to have them battle each other, which you could easily have had people do with Pokemon Go? Or are you going to have them are you just going to make like a Pokemon Go clone and they're just going around, collecting spells from certain places by having to draw, or move their phone in a certain way to create certain things? That's what I'm trying to figure out yet. And either way, it sounds stupid to think about. Probably because it is kind of stupid. But like I said, is Harry Potter even accurate anymore? I mean, seriously, is it? I don't think it is. But then again, who knows? But there you go. Look forward to a new Harry Potter game coming to you from Niantic, the creators of Pokemon Go, launching sometime next year. It just hurts so bad to even imagine that. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. I'd like to thank all of you for being here with me tonight. Again, I'm wishing Pat the NES Punk and all of his friends a good luck with their NES Marathon for charity. You guys do a really good job, and I hope everyone that plays and pledges, I hope it goes really well for you this year. I hope you raise a lot of money. And until next week, you know where I am. I'll be here, same YouTube channel, whatever time you watch me on, because I'm Andrew Rhodes. I'm not going anywhere. I have no other place to be. And this has been the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Thanks for being here, everybody, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.